Hi, welcome back. So today we are going to see loops in Python. Okay, so there are two types of loops available: while loop and for loop. So before we see what is a while loop, so let us see what is the importance of having a loop. Okay, why we need these particular loops. So let us go to the Jupyter notebook. We'll see a particular situation wherein let us say I want to print hello. Welcome to the Python. Okay, let us print this 6 times. So what we are going to do is, so we will use print statement, correct? Print. So let us print the statement welcome to Python. Welcome to Python. So this, if we run this one, it will print 1 time. So let us copy this 6 times. Okay, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let us run this one now. Then you can see now it has printed 6 times. Let us say we want 100 times. So what we will do? 100 times we have to copy paste. So it is not feasible to write like this. Okay. So can we write this one sentence and repeat for some time? Let us say I will write 1 time. Okay. I will write this print statement 1 time. Then I will repeat this statement for 6 times or whatever the number of times we need. Okay, so let us consider the first loop is while loop. Okay, while loop. So in this, what will happen is we will have a variable. We will have variable I is equal to 1. Okay, I equal to 1. Now let me write here while I less than or equal to 6. Okay, less than or equal to 6. I'll give colon here. Now I will write inside this, I will write welcome to Python. This is the print statement. Fine. So after this, I will write here I is equal to I plus 1. I plus 1. Okay. Now let me run this one. Whether it's going to print 6 times or not, we'll check, and then I will explain what it is. And you can see it has the writing 6 times. Now if I change it to 3 times, so it's going to print 3 times. Now if I change it to 10 times, it's going to print 10 times. You can see 10 times it is printing. So what exactly is happening here? Okay, so let me write here 5 now. Run this one now. 5 times it is printing welcome to Python. So this particular statement is repeating 5 times. So it is like a if statement. Okay, like we have seen if else statement. If this condition is true, it's going to enter into this particular loop and it's going to print this welcome to Python, this statement. Now the first time I is 1. So I is 1, 1 less than 5. See, I is 1 now, the first time. Okay, 1 less than 5, yes. So it's going to print this welcome to Python. It will enter into this loop if this condition is true for the first time. Then we are going to increment. Now it will become I plus 1, that is 1 plus 1, 2. So again it is going to enter into the loop and it's going to check the condition. It will not come out of the loop. Okay, once it finishes, it will enter. So to explain this, let me take an Excel sheet. Okay, so let us understand this. I equal to 1. The first, in the beginning, what happens is I equal to 1. The value of I is 1. Okay, so let me, okay, I equal to 1. So we have I equal to 1 here first time. Fine. Now we are going to check the condition here. Is I less than 5? What is the value of I? You can see this Excel sheet. I is 1 now. Is 1 less than 5? Yes, it is. So it will enter into the loop. Okay, then it will print ID welcome to Python. Okay, it's going to print this welcome to Python. So it's going to print here. Okay, welcome to Python. Fine, it's going to print. So then what happens is I equal to I plus 1. I will be incremented by 1. So the value of I is 1. 1 plus 1 is 2. 2 will be given to I. Now I contains 2. It has overwritten. Instead of 1 now it will be 2. Again it will enter. It will not come out. See, it's a loop. Okay, it's a while loop. It will not come out of this. Again it will enter. Okay, till the condition remains true. Now when it enters, now I has changed to 2. Right? I will be 2 now. See here. I is 2 now. So is 2 less than 5? Yes. Definitely it is less than 5. So again it will print this welcome to Python. So again this will be printed. welcome to Python. Okay. Next, I equal to I plus 1. I value is 2 now. 2 plus 1. Now it will become 3. Okay. The value of I has changed to 3. Again it will go back to this loop. Okay. Is 3 less than 5? Yes, it is less than 5. Okay. Then it will print again this print statement. Okay. It will print the welcome to Python again. So then I equal to I plus 1. I value is 3 now. See this one 3 here. 3 plus 1 it is 4. Now it will become, I will become 4. Again it will go back. When it check this condition, I is 4 now. Is 4 less than 5? Definitely it is 4 less than 5. So it's again it is going to print welcome to Python again. Okay. Now it will become 5 because I is 4 now. 4 plus 1 it is 5. So this will be 5. Okay. It will go here. Is I less than or equal to 5? I is 5 now. 5 equal to 5 it is. Okay. The condition is true. Again it will print this welcome to Python. Fine. Now next I equal to I plus 1. 5 now it is 5. 5 plus 1 this will become 6. Okay. When it becomes 6, again it will check the condition. Is 6 less than or equal to 5? No. 6 is greater than 5. Then it will come out and it will come here this side. It will stop. Okay. So this will be repeated. Welcome to Python. This will be repeated till this condition is remains true. Once it becomes false, it will come out. So now you can see here 5 times it has printed. You can see 5 times it has printed. If you run, then you can see it is printed 5 times. Okay. So what is happening here is, let me take up this example. Okay. So if you see this particular diagram, in a while loop, what happens is test expression will be there. It will check. If it is true, it will execute the statement. It will go back. Again, it will check the condition. If it is true, it will execute this statement. The true part of the while loop will be executed till the condition remains true. That is the text expression. If it is true, it will execute the statement. Okay, it will keep on executing these statements. Okay, till the expression is true. That is the condition is true. Once it becomes false, it will come out of the while loop. Okay. So in a while loop, a set of statement will be there. That statements will be repeated for till the condition is true. Once the condition becomes false, it will come out of the loop. So this is the while loop. Fine. Okay. Now let us print the numbers. Okay. Natural numbers we are going to print. Let us take 1 to 10 we want to print. Okay. 1, 2, 3 till 10 we will print. So let us use the while loop. So let us have a comment here. While loop to print natural numbers between 1 to 10. Fine. So let me start up with I equal to 1. See, we need to start from 1. Okay, that's why I have I equal to 1. This we call it as a initialization. So initialization, that number we want to start. Okay, we want from 1. So let us have a condition, stopping condition. The while, we'll start with the while loop and we'll give one condition, I less than or equal to 10. So this is the condition. So we have initialization. This is the condition. We'll give colon. Then we will print I. Fine. Then we'll give increase the value of I by 1. I equal to I plus 1. This we call it as a reinitialization. Okay, reinitialization. So these two are within the while loop. So let us, at the end we will write, this is not in the loop. Okay, let me write here print outside the loop. Okay, outside the loop. So let us run this one and check what will happen. Okay, and you can see 1, 2, 3 till 10. So then it has printed outside the loop. This is only one time because this is outside the loop. So let me analyze this, how it has printed. Fine. So I equal to 1. So we will have our Excel sheet. In this we can see here the value of I will give as 1. Okay. Then is I less than 10? is 1 less than 10? Yes, it is. So it will print the value of I. That is nothing but 1. It will print the value of I by 1. So this is, it will print as it is, the value of I. Okay. Then I equal to I plus 1. So increment the value of I by 1. So this will become now how much? 2. It will go back. It will not come here. It will go back to this particular loop again. Okay. It will check the condition. See, this will be repeated till the condition is true. Okay. Now I is 2. 2 less than 10. Yes, it is. So then it will print the value of I. See, the I value of I has changed. We have changed here. Okay. Last time. So now the value of I is 2. So it's going to print 2. The output will be 2, as you can see here. Next, I equal to I plus 1. So it's going to increment by 1. So now it will be 3. Now after this it will not come out because it has to go to the condition again. It will go back to the condition and it will check the condition again. So similarly the process will continue. It is same as if statement. Only the difference here in the if statement is after executing the last line here in the if statement, the if statement will come out. Fine. The while loop will not come out. It will go back to the condition again. That's the difference. It will be repeated. These two sentences will be repeated till the condition is true. Now it is 3. So 3 is less than 10. So now it will print 3. The process continues. Now then next it will become 4. Okay. Then it will become 5. Okay. Then it will become 6. So it will become till it becomes 4, 5, 6. Okay. So then it will let me, okay. Once it become 10, it will print 10 here. Okay, it will print 10. Then it will become 11. Once it becomes 11, it will come out of the loop. It will not print 11. So it will print between 1, 2, 3 till 10 it will print. As you can see here, this is the one. It will print 10. Then it will come out. Then it will say outside the loop. That's why you can see here outside the loop. That's it. It will stop now. See, it's nothing is here. Nothing is here. That's it. Okay. So we have three things here: initialization, condition, and this is the reinitialization. These are the parts of a loop, parts of a while loop. Okay. Now this particular program is printing between 1 to 10 only. All the time, let us say now if I run 1 to 10, again another time if I run, it's 1 to 10. Okay. Now is it possible that can we change to like 1 to n? So whatever the value of n we give, it will accordingly it should print. Let us say if n is 10, it should print 1 to 10. If n is 15, it should print between 1 to 15. If n is 5, between 1 to 5. So let us input the n. Okay, we'll take the value of n. So integer of input. We'll accept the value of n. Okay, enter n. Enter n. So we'll give the double quotes here. Enter n. Okay. Enter n. So this we will change instead of 10 fixed value. So we'll change it to n. So till I less than or equal to n. So let us run this one and check what is happening. Fine. Let us run this one. And now it is asking the enter the value of n. So let me enter here 5. Now it should print between 1 to 5. Natural numbers between 1 to 5. Now you can see 1, 2, 3 till 5. It is printing. Fine. Now let me run again. Now if I will change it to 7. Now I will enter and you can see it is printing 1 to 7. Fine. So how it is happening? So let me explain this we'll analyze this particular program. Fine. So we have a table here. How many variables are there? N is there, I is there, then the output. Okay. The two variables are there, one output. So there is no other variable here. Fine. So let us say the user will enter, let me run this one again. Let me enter 3. Okay. If I enter 3, now the n will become 3. Why it will become 3? Because, okay, why it will become 3? Because we are going to enter 3 here now. See, that 3 will come here in n. So it will convert to integer. Okay. N will be 3 now. Okay, remember this. So we have here in this 3. I equal to 1, then this will be executed. I equal to 1. So now I will be 1. I will be 1. Next, this statement will be executed, while loop. So we are going to enter into the loop now. Now before entering into the loop, the condition is there. Is I less than or equal to n? Is I, that is here, is I this one is less than or equal to n. Is 1 less than or equal to 3? Yes. So it will enter into the loop. It will print I. Print I is nothing but it's going to print the value of I, that is 1. I is 1 now. So it's going to print. Next, I equal to I plus 1. So I will be incremented by 1. Now it will become 2. Fine. After this, it will go back. It will go back to the loop. Okay. Condition. It will go back to the condition. Now again, once again, it will check the condition. Now what is the value of I now? We have incremented, not this one. That is the latest value of I is 2. Is 2 less than or equal to n? N value we are not changing. It is same as it is. Is 2 less than or equal to n? Yes, it is less than. So it will enter into the loop. It will print the value of I. So now it will be 2 because we are printing the value of I. I is 2 now. So it's going to print 2. Next, I equal to I plus 1. Now it will become 3. 2 plus 1, it will become 3. Go back to the condition, okay, the loop. The loop will be executed again. Is I less than or equal to n? Now it is 3 now. Is 3 less than or equal to 3? Yes, it is equal to 3. N is 3, okay, remember that. So it is equal, so it will enter into the loop again. It will print the value of I. The value of I is now 3, so it is going to print 3. Next, I equal to I plus 1. Now it will become 4. Now it will become 4. Because 3 plus 1 is 4. Go back to the condition, check. Is 4 less than or equal to 3? No, 4 is greater than 3. So it will, condition is false. It will come out and then it will print outside the loop. Okay. So this will be printed later, next here. Okay. Let us run this one and check. And you can see 1, 2, 3 outside the loop. So it will print 1, 2, 3, then it will print this outside the loop. Okay. So in this way, it's going to execute. Next is while else loop. Okay. So this is an extension of while else while loop it is. This is an extension of while loop. So let us write a simple while loop. Okay. So let us initialize I is equal to 1. Okay. So next is let me write the condition while I less than 6. So see here we have not given equal to. I less than 6 I have given, not I less than equal to 6. Okay. And another thing you have noticed, I have not given the brackets here. So earlier I used to give brackets like this. So we can write the brackets or we can exclude the bracket. Now let me exclude the bracket while space I less than 6. Okay. Let us print the value of I. Print I. Okay. Next, let us increment I by 1. I is equal to I plus 1. So let us run this one and check what it is going to print. And you can see it has printed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6 it has not printed because the value should be less than 6, then only it should print, or else it should not print. Let us analyze this. I is equal to 1. We have given I is equal to 1. Okay, in the beginning. Next is condition. Is I less than 6? Okay. So is I less than 6 it is? Yes, it is. Because I is 1, 1 less than 6 x. Yes, so it's going to print the value of I. So 1 will be printed. So you are going to print 1. Next, I equal to I plus 1. I will be incremented by 1. So that means now it will be 2. I will be 2 now. Go back. 2 less than 6, yes. So it's going to print the value of I, 2. Then it will be incremented by 1, 3. Same way, it will go. It will print 3. Okay. Then it will become 4. Then it's going to print 4. Then it will become 5. Okay. It's going to print 5. After this, I will become 6. Okay. It will become 6. Now, once it tries to enter, it will check the condition. Is 6 less than 6? No, 6 is not less than 6. It is equal to 6. So, it will come out. Fine. So, it will print 1 to 5. Fine. So then what is this else here? So, let me write here another statement I am going to add here. Else. So, let us write the else statement. Print else part. Okay, else part from while loop. Just let us write just else part. Okay, so let us run this one now. Let us run, and you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and the else part. Okay, so it's going to execute the loop as well as the else part also. Okay, if this condition is false in the beginning, then it will, if it is false in the beginning, this I less than 6, then it will not execute the true part, only the else part will be executed. Let us write that one. Let me keep here 6 now. Okay. So let me keep here 6. Let me remove all these things. Okay, let me remove all these things. Now I is 6. Let us 6, I is 6. Is 6 less than 6? No, 6 equal to 6, because we have given I equal to 6 now, not 1. So in this scenario, the condition is false. It's not going to execute this. So at that time, else part will only else part will be executed. Let us run this one and check, and you can see the else part is executed. Okay. So at always the else part will be executed. Whether the condition is true or false, it doesn't matter. The else part will be executed always. Whereas the true part, that is the while here, while I less than 6, this will be executed, the true part will be executed only if the condition is true. And this will be repeated till the condition remains true. Okay. So let me show you one diagram. Now if you see this diagram, the condition will be checked. Okay. If it is true, it's going to execute the statement. Okay. Till the condition remains true, the statement will be executed. Okay. This true part will be executed. Once condition become false, the false part will be executed. Then it will proceed further. Okay. In the beginning itself, the condition is false. The true part will not be executed. It's going to execute the else part of the while loop. Then it will go to the next further statement. Okay. Now in this way, the else part will be executed. Fine. So let us write another one, another program wherein, let me create a new Python 3. Okay. So we will use while else the same way. Let me execute the same type of program here, while else statement. So I is equal to 10. Okay. I is equal to 10. Let us print the even numbers between 10. So what are the even numbers between 1 to 10? So even number starts with 2. Okay. So let me remove this. The even number starts with 2. Till 10 we need. Okay. So while, let me give space here, I less than or equal to 10. Fine. So let me write here print I. Okay. Let me write only even numbers. Okay. Now we need to increment I plus 2. I will tell you why it is. So let me run this one and check. Okay. Everything is okay or not. And you can see it's printing 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So what is happening? In the beginning, I equal to 2 we have given. So as you can see here, I is 2. I is 2. Okay. I is 2. So we have written in the table. This is for the analyzing purpose. This side, the right hand side. Now, is I less than 10? Check the table. It is 2 now. I is 2. Is 2 less than 10? Yes, it is. So it's going to print the value of I. That is nothing but it's going to print 2. That is the value of I is 2 now. Next, after that, I equal to I plus 2. Increment I by 2. Now it is 2. 2 plus 2, then it will become 4. Fine. Go back, because we need to go for the loop. So what is the value of I now? I is 4 now. Is 4 less than 10? Yes. So we are going to print the value of I, that is 4. Next is I equal to I plus 2. So I plus 2 is, now it is 4. Now 4 plus 2, it will be 6. Fine. Go back. 6 is less than 10? Yes, it is. So we are going to print 6 also. We are going to print 6 also. Fine. This one, this statement. Then it will become 8. Okay. 6 plus 2 is 8. So once it becomes 8, 8 less than 10, yes it is. Still it is less than 10. So it's going to print 8. It will enter into the loop. It will print 8. Then I equal to I plus 2. Then it will become 10. It will go, tries to enter again. Okay. Is 10 less than or equal to 10? Yes, it is equal to 10 now. So now this particular operator will come into effect. It is less than 10. So then it's going to print I again. So it has become 10 now. Now here it is 8, sorry. Here it is 8. Then it will become 10. Fine. It will become 10. Then it's going to print 10 here. Then at this moment, after printing 10, it will become 12. I will become 12. So let us become, it will become 12. Now it tries to enter here. Is 12 less than 10? No, it is greater than 10. Okay. So at this point it will stop. So it's going to print between 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So as you can see here. So if we change the here, it will print till that only. Let us say it will till 8. So it will print till 8 only. Now it's going to print till 10. So let us write the else part now. Okay, else print print p small letter print else part, or you can give anything I equal to. Okay, I equal to. Now what is the value of I? We will write. Okay, value of I here. Okay, as we know it will be 12. Okay, let us run this one and check, and you can see 2 4 6 8 10 it has printed. Now I has become 12. In the else part it has executed. Okay, now if we give 14 here, okay, if we give 14 here, let us say in the beginning itself we will give 14. We know that the condition is false. 14 less than 10, no, it is greater than 10. Okay, and it is not equal to 10 also. So it's not going to print these things. It's not going to execute these two statements because the condition is false. So it will come to the else part. It will print I equal to 14. I equal to the value of I. So you can see I equal to 14. The else part has been executed. Okay. Now let us see the break statement in while loop. So let us write a simple program. Okay. So let us say I equal to 1. Fine. So while I less than or equal to 10. Fine. So let me give colon here. So let us print this I. Print I. Okay. Now let me see this. We are printing natural numbers. Okay. I equal to I plus 1. So we are incrementing by 1 only, not by 2. Okay. So let us run this one. We know this it will print 1 to 10. So it has printed 1 to 10 here. So you can see here. Fine. So this is normal program that we have seen in the beginning. Now let us write a break statement here. Let me write here. After print statement I am going to write here. If statement I am going to write. If I equal to 3, I equal to 3, then I will say here break. And you can see here, see the break statement we must give with a condition only. Okay. So we need to give with condition. So if I equal to 3, we are breaking the loop. We will come out of the loop. Fine. We will come out of the loop. So we will not continue the loop. So we will print the value of I, then we'll, if it is I equal to 3, then we will break. So let us run this one and check what is happening. Okay. Before that, let me analyze this program. Okay. Let me write here I equal to 1. Okay. Because I is 1. Is I less than 10? Yes, 1 is less than 10. So it will enter into the loop. It will print the value of I, that is 1, it will print. Fine. So next, is I equal to 3? No, I is 1. Fine. So it's not going to break. Not going to break. It will be as it is. So this is the true part. The if statement has only one true part. Only one statement is there. So this is not executing now. Then I equal to I plus 1. This is outside the if, but inside the loop it is. See here, all these statements are inside the loop only. But this one is inside, if statement is inside the loop, as well as this break is inside the if. Okay. So this one is outside the if, but inside the loop. So it's going to execute I equal to I plus 1. Now it's going to become 2 now. Fine. It will go back and it'll check the condition. So what is the condition now? Condition is 2 less than 10. Yes, it is. So it's going to print the value of I. So it's going to print 2. Is 2 equal to 3? No. Okay. It's not going to break. So I equal to I plus 1. So this will become now 3 because 2, it was 2. 2 plus 1, it is 3. Go back. Is 2 less than, is 3 less than 10? Because now the value of I is 3 now. Is 3 less than 10? Yes, it is. Correct. It is less than 10. So it's going to print the value of I now. So now it will print 3. Now at this time, what is the value of I now? It is 3. Fine. Is 3 equal to 3? Yes, the condition satisfies now. Now at this time, it's going to execute break. So if it breaks, it will break the loop. It will come out. Okay. It will stop the loop now. Okay. Even though the condition is there till 10, I less than 10, less than or equal to 10, but it's not going to satisfy because now it has encountered a break here. So it will break the loop. So let us run this one and you can see it will print only between 1 to 3. So what actually the break does, break will break the loop. If it finds a break statement, whatever, wherever the loop it is, it's going to break the loop. It will terminate the loop. The break statement will terminate the loop. Fine. So let us write the else part here. Okay, you can see the else part. Okay. Let me write here print else part. Okay, else part. So let us run this one. So it's not going to execute the else part also, because it has encountered a break. So it will not execute the else part. It's not like, okay, else part always has to be executed. Okay, we can omit that else part. Now let us remove this one. Control X. I'll just, now we know what it is going to print. It's going to print 1 to 10. You can see 1 to 10, then the else part. Fine. Then the else part. Fine. Because there is no break now. So let me write break statement here. So if you have a break here, see here 1, 2, 3, it has encountered a break. Even the else part also will be omitted. It will not execute. Fine. It will come out. Fine. So in this way, the break statement will be executed. Fine. Now let us see the continue statement in while loop. Okay. So let us start with I equal to 0. Fine. So we'll have a while loop while I less than or equal to 6. Fine. Now let us take 5. Okay. Then let us increment I by 1. Okay. First we'll increment, then we'll print I. Okay. Print I. Let us run this one. And you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Till 6 it will print. Even though we have given 5 here. Okay. So it will print till 6. So what is happening? So let me write here I is 1. So 1 is less than 5. So it will increment by 1. So it will, see, first it is 0, not 1. It will be 0 because we have given I equal to 0. Is 0 less than 5? Yes. So it will enter and it will increment by 1. Now it will become 1 here. Okay. Then it will print. Now it's going to print 1. It's not like it will not print 0. Okay. Even though we have given 0, first we are incrementing by 1. Okay. After printing I, we will go back. 1 is less than 5. Okay. This condition will be checked. 1 is less than 5. So again it will increment. First it will increment, then it will print. Now it will be 2. Okay. Next with 2 it will enter. Then first it will increment, then it will print. Fine. So similarly, first it will increment, then it will print. Fine. Now when it becomes 5, okay, it will print 5. After that it tries to enter. Is 5 equal to 5? It will enter. Then it will increment. Now it will be 6. Now it will be 6. Now it has printed 5 here. Now it will be 6. After entering, it will increment. Now it will print 6. It will print 6. Then, okay, after printing 6, it will tries to enter. Is 6 less than or equal to 5? No, it will come out. So it's going to print 1 to 6. Okay. Because we started with I equal to 0, first we are incrementing, we are printing. It's not like we are printing and incrementing. Okay. So let us, let me write here one statement, continue statement. If I equal to 3, I will write here, instead of break, I will write continue. Okay. I will write continue. So we have seen what will happen to break. Break, it will break the loop. Okay, it will terminate the loop. So it will not terminate the loop. It will statement after the continue will not be executed, but the loop will be continued. Okay. Now see, when I equal to 3, it will continue. It will go back to the condition and it will check the condition. It will tries to enter. So it will not print I. That means I equal to 3. When I becomes 3, it will not print. Okay. So let us run this one. And you can see 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 3 is missing here. 3 is missing. Why 3 is missing? See, when it is 3, when I equal to 3, okay, let us see this one. When I equal to 3, continue is there. So we are skipping the part of the loop. The statement after the continue will be skipped. Okay, the print I will not be there. That's why this particular 3 will be missing here. See this one, it's missing. Fine. So break will break the loop, continue the statement after the loop, the statement after the continue will be skipped, will not be executed, but the loop will be continued. It will not terminate the loop, the continue statement. Whereas break will terminate the loop. Okay, continue will not terminate. The statement after this will not be executed, but the loop will be continued. That's why this, see what is the statement is there after continue? We are printing I. That printing I will not be executed. That means print 3 will not be there. Okay, so you can see 1, 2, 4, 5, 6 will be there. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6 will be there. 3 will be skipped. Okay. Now what happens if we have else statement here? Okay, else, let me print else part. Okay, else part. Whether this will be printed, let us run this one and check. Else part will be printed, even though we have continue, it will print. Now same thing, let me remove this. I'll enter break and check what will happen. Let us run this one now, and you can see only 1, 2 will be printed. When it becomes 3, it will break. Okay, because break is here. Print 3 will not be there, because when it becomes I equal to 3, it will break. Same with continue is there. So I'll remove again. I'll continue. So if I run this one now, when it I equal to 3, when it becomes I equal to 3, this statement will be skipped, but the loop will be continued. Okay, break will terminate the loop. That's the difference. Now let us see, we'll develop a program to display natural numbers between two limits. So what do you mean by two limits? Let us say we have m is equal to 10 and n is equal to 20. Okay, so if we have this m and n, we need to display natural numbers. Okay, so what are the natural numbers between 10 to 20? Natural numbers. So natural numbers will be it will be 10. Okay, let me write here what are the natural numbers between 10 to 20. 10. Okay, then we have 11, then we have 12, like this. Okay, till 20. So 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 till 20. So if m and n are the two variables where m is the lower limit and n is the upper limit, between m and n we need to display. So m is 10, n is 20. So between 10 and 20, what are the natural numbers? So let us develop a program for that. So let us give m is equal to 10 and n is equal to 20. So we are starting the program now. So let us write the condition while, let me write here I. Okay, I is equal to, we need to start with m. I is equal to m. This is our initialization. Fine. While I less than or equal to, so let us start with 10. Okay, let us write here 20. Okay, let us write with 20. Then we will print m. Okay, print, not print m, we'll print I. Okay, we'll print I. Then we'll increment I is equal to I plus 1. I plus 1. Okay, so let us start with I is equal to 0. Okay, let us see. Okay, what are the changes we need to do? So if we run this one, and you can see everything is 0. We are printing I. So why? What we have done? We need to do here I is equal to. So it is going in infinite loop. Okay, because there is no stopping condition. So let us run this one now. Let us run. So it will not run now. Just copy paste to a new, close this one, leave. Okay, let me see if it's going to the infinite loop. Then this Jupyter notebook, we need to open a new one. Okay, so let me close this m and n. Okay, let me write the normal 1 to 20, how we are going to write. Okay, so let me write here, let me run now, and you can see it is printing 0 to 20, it is printing. So what we are starting with 0, the stopping condition is 20. Okay, now let us write here 10, we are changing here, I is equal to 10, then I less than 20. So if we say this one, then 10 to 20 will be printed. Okay, but every time if I run, it will be like between 10 to 20 only. So I don't want like this. I want every time it should ask me what is m and what is n, what is the lower limit and what is the upper limit we want to display. So let us develop the program for that. M is equal to we will enter the lower limit here. M is equal to input. So we need to change to integer. Okay, integer. So let me enter here, enter lower limit. Okay, enter lower limit. Similarly, we'll have upper limit. Okay, so I'll copy paste this. We will take upper limit here and enter upper limit. Okay, upper limit. Okay, now I will change this 10 to m, lower limit. Okay, this is a lower limit m. Then this 20 to upper limit n. So I'll explain this. Okay, let me execute now. So first I will show you what output we need to get. Then I will go in detail of this particular program. Let us run this one. Lower limit, let us enter 3, lower limit. Okay, upper limit, let us say 6. Now 3 to 6 it should display 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, enter. Now it is displaying 3, 4, 5, 6. Now what exactly we are doing? Okay, let us analyze this. Okay, we have a table here, right hand side you can see the Excel sheet. We have m, n, I. So what are the variables here? M is there, n is there, I is there. Then the output we are printing. Okay, now let me write here m. How much we have entered? 3. Okay, that is the value is 3. N, how much we have entered? N is 6. That is the upper limit. Fine. N is 6. Okay. Now in the beginning you can see here I equal to m. So m value will be given to I. M value will be given to I. So that is m is 3 now. So I will also become 3 here. Fine. Yeah. Now next, I less than or equal to n. See the table. Whenever I'm saying I and n, the values you need to take from the table. Okay. I less than n is I less than n. I is 3. N is, you can see here, I is 3 and n is 6. Fine. Is 3 less than or equal to 6? Yes. Fine. So it will enter into the loop. Print I. What is print I? I is 3 now. So it's going to print 3. Fine. Then I will be incremented by 1. So increment the I. 3 plus 1 it is 4. Now it will be 4. Go back. Since it's a while loop, it will go back to the loop and check the condition. What is the condition? I less than or equal to n. Now I is 4 now here. You can see that is I is 4. Is 4 less than n? What is n now? N is how much? 6. 4 less than or equal to 6? Yes. So it will enter into the loop. It will print I. So now it will print 4. Fine. The value of I. Next I will be incremented by 1. So that is 4 plus 1 it will be 5. Fine. Go back. We will check 5 less than or equal to the value of n. I less than or equal to n. I is 5 now. I is 5. Okay. I is 5. Then we have n is 6. 5 less than 6. Yes. So it will enter into the loop. It will print the value of I. That is 5. Next, I equal to I plus 1. So it will increment by 1. So this will become how much now? 6. Okay. Now it will go to the loop again, since it's a while loop. I less than n. I less than n. Yes, 6 equal to 6. Less than or equal to 6. So it will enter into the loop. It will print I. So it will be 6. Okay. Now once again I equal to I plus 1. So this will become how much now? 7. Now go back to the loop. Is 7 less than or equal to 6? N is 6 now. It is constant. It's not changing. 7 less than or equal to 6? No, it is higher. So it will come out of the loop. Fine. So in this way we can display natural numbers between two limits. Okay. So let us develop a program, another program. So let me copy this. I'll go to the new one, new Python 3. I'll copy paste the same thing, but I will change here. I will change program to display natural numbers between two limits and find sum. Okay. Let me write here and find their sum. Find their sum. So what does it mean? Let us say m is 3, m is 5. Okay. Now it should display the natural number. What are the natural numbers? 3, 4, 5 it should display. Fine. That is the natural numbers between 3, 4, 5. Between 3 and 5 is 3, 4, 5. Fine. So what is the sum? What is the sum of these natural numbers between these two limits? 3 plus 4 plus 5. Okay, that will be like 7. 7 plus 5 is 12. So that is the sum is 12. Okay. So we have natural numbers 3, 4, 5. If we add these things, then it will become 12. 3 plus 4 plus 5. Now how to do that one? Okay. How to do this? So let us analyze this. What we can do is we will add a variable called sum. We need sum. Okay. Sum equal to 0. Sum equal to 0. Now what I will do is after printing, I will add another one variable, another statement. Sum is equal to sum plus I. Okay. So let me analyze this, what it is, what I am doing here, and let me add another variable here, sum. Fine. So how I can add here? Let me write here insert. So let me write here. I'll just adjustment I will do here. Okay. Now I will have here sum. Okay. So let me make it everything blank. Okay. Now let us calculate how it does. Okay. Let me first run it and check whether everything is okay. Then I will explain this. So let us run this one. Okay. Now I will say here lower limit is 3. Okay. Upper limit is 5. Fine. 3, 4, 5. Then you can see I need to display the sum also. It is displayed 3, 4, 5. I need to display the sum. So what I will do is I will come out of this loop. I will come out of this loop. Then I will say print sum is equal to sum. Sum is equal to sum. So let me run this now again. Okay. So let me make it maximum. Then I will let me run it. Run this one. Lower limit 3, upper limit 5, and you can see 3, 4, 5, and the sum is 15. It is not like you can give any lower value and upper value, and you can check. It will calculate the sum. It will generate the natural numbers and it will calculate the sum also. So let me write here. Okay. So what we have done here is let us analyze. Okay. So how we can analyze? So let me write here m value is we have given 3, n value is 5. Okay. Sum initially it is 0. Okay. 0. Then we have this also I equal to m. The I will become how much now? 3 here. 3. Okay. Now let us see the loop. Okay. If you see the loop, I less than n, this 3, that is nothing but I. This I is less than n, 3 is less than n, yes it is. Fine. So it will enter into the loop. Print I. So what is I now? 3. 3 will be printed. Fine. Now you can see it is printing 3. Next, sum is equal to sum plus I. What is the value of sum? 0. I is how much? 3. 0 plus 3 how much? It is 3 here. Fine. Sum value is 3. Next, I is equal to I plus 1. Increment I by 1. Now this will become 4. Okay. Go back. Not this one, not this print statement. You have to go back to the loop. Okay. This is outside the loop. I less than n. This 4 less than n. Yes, it is. 4 is less than 5. Now it will print I. So print I, the value of I will be printed, that is 4 now. Next, after this statement, sum is equal to sum plus I. Now see the sum. Sum is 3 now, right? Sum plus I. Now I is 4. 3 plus 4, this will be 7. 7. Okay. Then I equal to I plus 1. This will be incremented. Now this will be 5. Fine. We'll go back to the loop. Check the condition. I less than n. I is 5 and we have n is n. N is 5. So 5 equal to 5. So it will enter into the loop. I less than or equal to, okay, 5 equal to 5. So it will enter into the loop. Print I. So it's going to print I, that is 5. Okay, it will print. Then sum is equal to sum plus I. Sum is 7. Fine. Sum is 7. 7 plus 5. I is 5 now. See this sum plus 5 is, you need to take sum and I. 7 plus 5, this is 12. this will be here, it will be 12. Okay, then I equal to I plus 1. Now I will be 6. Go back to the loop. Check the condition. Is 6 less than or equal to n? N is 5. 6 less than or equal to 5? No, it is greater. So you will come out of the loop. Okay, when you come out of the loop, sum is equal to sum. We are printing sum is equal to, what is the value of sum now? The sum is, you can see 12. So it will print sum equal to 12. So it's going to print 3, 4, 5 and sum equal to 12 like this. Okay, hope you have understood this.